Bricktopian. Hello everyone and welcome back to another video. Today I will be talking about the brand new LEGO Ideas set, which is known as the Dungeons and Dragons set. The full title is Red Dragon's Tale. In the UK it costs a whopping £314.99, which is a lot of money. It does, however, come with a total of 3,745 pieces. I personally think that it's overpriced for that piece count, especially when you see there's quite a few botanical elements in the set, such as leaves and things, although I do think that the price isn't terrible when you do take into account the fact that it is a licensed set. Also, the set itself is quite big overall, I think, and it does come with a total of 6 minifigures, although I don't think that is exactly that many minifigures though when you compare it to stuff like the recently released Medieval Town Square set that had a total of 8 minifigures. I think this set is actually superior to that one in a lot of ways. I think it's more colourful, more interesting, and I just love the big dragon. And I actually prefer that the dragon on this build is red to the original fan submission, which was green. Although what I don't like is that the fact that this dragon can't wrap around the actual castle tower like in the original one. I thought that was one of the really fun parts about it. And I'm also not a huge fan of the wings of the dragon because they look too smooth to me. I feel like there should be a bit more texture on them. But the overall size and shape of the dragon I think looks great. The little building on the left of the this set reminds me of the medieval blacksmith, and I think that that is a good thing because if you was to have this in a layout with that, then it would go really well. And I just think those colours are really nice that they've used. And I think the overall set in general looks more colourful than the original build, although perhaps not quite as 18 plus, although I expect that because that's what happens with a lot of the idea sets. They make them look not quite as mature in a way as the original fan submission versions. I wish it wasn't open back, but that doesn't really surprise me because most of the castle sets are. I know the medieval blacksmith wasn't, but the Lion Knight's castle was, and the medieval town square was. So, and although this isn't a castle set, it does feel very much like one. And I've never played Dungeons and Dragons, the actual game, so I can't really comment on that side of it and how that relates to this set. But I do think it's this is a display set, and I know there's a lot of people who are fans of Dungeons and Dragons as a game who would perhaps prefer something that you could actually interact with, like with dice and things. But I think for what this tries to achieve, it's a pretty great build overall, and it uses a lot of good parts. They're also doing a minifig series for Dungeons and Dragons apparently soon, and I'll be interested to see how this would line up with that. If the minifigures from that set will place well with this, I imagine that they will, but I can't really determine if there's a good amount of spaces on the actual set to place those extra figures, because I imagine a lot of people who get those minifigs from that series will want to add them to the set. I think they could easily go down the route of adding an expansion to this set, like with the Lion Knight's Castle getting the medieval town square. I think they could possibly add to this because the fact that they're doing a minifigure series as well for this particular theme already tells me that Lego wants to invest quite a lot into the subject and the license. What's more shocking though is that they work with Hasbro again on this project because obviously Dungeons and Dragons is owned by Hasbro, and obviously they've worked with them before on stuff like the Transformers set and stuff like that. But it's really interesting because they're supposed to be major rivals as like toy companies, but it's really nice in a way that they're actually working together to give fans what they want as opposed to just trying to outdo each other in this case. Some of the monster builds in this set look great as well. I really like the little purple monster with loads of eyes. I think it's great. I don't know what it's actually called, but I really like that too. But yeah, I think there's not many things to complain about this set, apart from again that it's quite an expensive set for people who were fans of Dungeons and Dragons to get only one set so far to start off with something so big and expensive. And yeah, I'm not a huge fan of open back builds, but I think this would look amazing though in a medieval scene with castle stuff. And I think that's the biggest draw of this set for a lot of people. I think people who aren't fans of Dungeons and Dragons will still love this set. And yeah, I think LEGO is really going all out with these sort of castle type builds lately. But anyway, they're just my thoughts on this reveal of this set. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Free to like and share for more videos, and see you again soon. Goodbye. The set comes out on the 4th of April 2024.